Hello, you wonderful people. Today we're going to be reacting to My Friend Twilight versus show Light Fight, Episode 2, Soldier Boy versus US Agent. Unfortunately, I'd react to about 4 minutes of this, but my footage corrupted, so we're going to react to it again. I'll try my best to add any commentary I can, but I may not be great because this is my first time reacting to a video. Let's see if he's cooked.
Soldier Boy, the World War II veteran, and John Walker, the US agent. Both are Wish.com Captain Americas. One's an asshole and one is just a fallen hero. Who would come out on top in a fight? Who would come out on top in a light fight? I'm Twilight, and we will be analyzing their weapons, armors, and skills to find out who would win a light fight.
Can you tell the change in confidence with his voice there?
In 1919, Ben was born in a rich, wealthy home. However, the official story by Vought was that he had grown up poor. But that's just objectively not true. After failing boarding school, his father called him a disappointment. In 1944, he got Dr. Frederick Vaught's supplement called Compound V, and he became the one and only Captain America, Soldier Boy. He became the one and only Soldier Boy. Everyone loved and adored Soldier Boy, except for his own teammates. Anyone who disagreed with him, he was to mentally and physically abuse them. One of these examples being Black Noir, who just wanted to get a movie promotion, but instead just got beaten to a pulp by Soldier Boy. So yeah, Soldier Boy was kind of an asshole to his own teammates, but everyone in the outside world loved him. In the 1980s, Vought asked Soldier Boy to beat his meat into a cup. They wanted to study Soldier Boy's genetics. That's what they told Soldier Boy. But instead, they were making a new soup. I wonder who it is. So basically, Soldier Boy's whole team were gonna betray him. And well, they did just that.
Is there something we should have done a long time ago? You piece of shit. TNT, get him, White Smoke!
So yeah, and then they stored him in a capsule for many years, but many years later, he gets revived by Billy Butcher and the boys. They find him in a capsule, and the first thing Bro thought of doing is charging up his nuke, which is calculated to be 1 ton or even 69 tons of TNT.
Nice.
I swear, if I get 69 jokes in my comments, I'm going to lose it. Another thing worth mentioning, he can remove your powers with the blast of his nuke. Not only can it kill, but it could also remove your powers if you're a soup. So yeah, Soldier Boy is a pretty broken character when it comes to his nuke. Later on, he finds all of his teammates that betrayed him and he killed them off. One of them being his former girlfriend, Crimson Countess. He charged up his nuke and blasted her. Wow, what a Sigma. He is literally me. And then later on, he comes face to face with Homelander, which is revealed to be his son. The same child that he beated his meat into a cup for. So they went toe-to-toe with each other, being shown to be equals. This is really important because Homelander is stated to survive every weapon around the world, which should include nukes. But later on, Billy Butcher and his team betrayed Soldier Boy, and they made him nuke himself and another soup, which was Queen Maeve. He did not kill Queen Maeve, but he erased her powers. Keep in mind, Queen Maeve was able to fight toe-to-toe with Homelander, so erasing her powers is a very OP thing to do. Which means he should be able to wipe out Homelander's powers as well. Later on, after they found Soldier Boy, they stored him back into another capsule, just for Homelander to find out that he is alive. And well, he will strike back in Season 5. Overall, Soldier Boy is a very fearsome character and is one to be reckoned with. God bless America, 'cause this is gonna get rough.
That was actually pretty good.
Captain America has got to be the most iconic hero in Marvel. Well, one of the most iconic, at least. After fighting Thanos, he retired. So the government needed a new soldier. So Captain America retired, and they hired a new soldier. And that new soldier was John Walker. Before they hired John Walker, John was just a normal dude. He served in the U.S. military, so the government hired him in place of Captain America. They gave him access to the super soldier serum that boosts your speed, strength, endurance, stamina, and durability. However, it can boost your traits too. In Captain America's case, it boosted his bravery and his mentality. But for John Walker, it boosted his anger and brutalness. Due to this, he was a very aggressive and brutal Captain America. So when they killed his teammate, one of the terrorists killed his teammate, and he frickin' lost himself. Bro was so mad, he was vengeful, and he wanted to avenge his teammate. I mean, who wouldn't? That's your teammate, bro. So he storms out, and on his way out, he breaks some glass. And when falling down, he breaks and destroys a bus by just landing on it. This is calced to around 0.6 tons of TNT. He finds the terrorist and hits him with his shield many times, pinning him down to the ground. And then kills him with the Captain America shield. Everyone was shocked. Everyone was looking at him and the dead corpse of the terrorist. But he avenged his friend. His only mistake was doing it in public. And him doing it in public didn't end so well. Both Bucky and Falcon had to fight John in order to take the Captain America shield away. And honestly, John did an amazing job with fighting both of them at the same time. His combat skill is really good. His combat style is also really good. He's also very fast and agile in combat as well. So yeah, his combat speed and combat style would really give him the edge in any fight, really. Also, another thing worth mentioning, he was able to rip off Falcon's wings. Falcon's wings are attached and made of metal. So him ripping off his wings is a really good feat for a super soldier. However, Bucky and Falcon managed to win. And after they won, they took the Captain America shield away and left. And after that, he was stripped away from his Captain America title. And they gave him a new identity. The U.S. agent. So, after they gave him the new identity of U.S. agent, he decided to craft his own shield. He wanted to make a new shield out of metal. It wasn't vibranium, so he should downscale from Captain America's shield. But the shield still should be really, really powerful. After all, U.S. agent is pretty powerful. So, yeah, he should still downscale though. Later on, he joined a team called the Thunderbolts and got beat up by Sentry. Fun! So John Walker's best scaling should come from the fact he scales to Captain America, who can mildly damage Iron Man's suit and tank hits from attacks from Iron Man. However, this was in Iron Man's weak point, So I don't know if he scales fully. But either way, this is some 1.4 kiloton scaling. So yeah, John Walker is a pretty powerful super soldier. But will he be more powerful than Soldier Boy? Let's find out.
Alright, here we go. Fight time. Well, literally, how did you think that was going to go for you?
Who the fuck are you? Benjamin, you are under arrest for all your crimes and destruction. I'm taking you in. Bah ha 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 ha. Buddy, you think you look strong? You have a shield. You're just a cheap fucking knockoff. Oh, no. I'm the upgrade. You should gargle my balls out. Fuck you. Stay down, Benjamin. You are under arrest. Upgrade my foot.
That was actually pretty cool.
Like I said, cheap fucking knockoff.
That was
KO!
I'm not being around. That was
Wow,
really
it looks like Soldier Boy cakewalked John Walker.
good.
That was a crappy pun. Anyways, John Walker may have had the slight edge in combat. However, Soldier Boy's strength, speed, durability, and experience gave him the edge more often than not. Sure, John Walker was pretty smart and had better battle IQ, but Soldier Boy is just more experienced, and that won't really matter when Soldier Boy can tank the frickin' hydrogen bomb and go toe-to-toe with Homelander.
This is
not to mention, Soldier Boy's nuke can literally carry in this fight. Even if you did want to argue some stupid, crappy, outlierish scaling for John and say he upscales Captain America, who is like island level, because of some stupid, outlierish scaling, that won't really help him. That won't really save him. Because Soldier Boy's nuke can literally wipe away your powers. Since John Walker's powers are a serum, Soldier Boy can pretty easily burn away your powers with the blast of his nuke. And before you say John can block the nuke with his shield, he would have to cover his whole entire body with the shield. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all,
saying that
how the frick is he gonna block with this?
Saying that John or Captain
what
America is
body
anything above,
parts
town level
will that
kind of
cover?
misses the point of their character. The
Sure,
point is that
he
they're
can
not town
block
level.
Soldier
They can't
Boy's
destroy
nuke
something.
if it's a small midget nuke. But that's only if it's like the same level as the nuke he shot Kamiko with. You know, the first time we saw him get out of the capsule. That's how small it has to be for John to be able to block it. But if it's just full power Soldier Boy, that's not happening. That's just not gonna go well for
I agree
John.
with this.
And the last thing I would like to cover before we wrap things up is speed. Soldier Boy's best speed feat is reacting to Starlight's light beam attacks, which would put him around relativistic. So not only is he way more stronger physically, but he also blitzes.
To be fair,
The
John
only
does
thing that
light
would
speed
keep
feats, but
John
seems
Walker
faster than
alive
Lancer.
is his combat skill.
Like
That's
faster
it.
than me.
But it turns out in the end, Soldier Boy was just stronger, faster, more durable, and more experienced than the U.S. agent to handle. Happy 4th of July, everyone. The winner is Soldier Boy.
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's fly. DJ spinning, I said my. Flash is fast, Flash is cool. Francois
pretty
Sabah,
good.
Flash ain't no dude, and you
Definitely
don't
better than most
stop.
of them. Most
Sure
of them are
shot,
alright, but this
go
one's
out
actually good.
to the parking lot, and you get in your car and you drive real far and you drive all night, then you see a light.
He has vocals. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty decent. Give a solid 7 out of 10. Keep up the good work, Twilight.